A note on the Swiss film What's Between Us. It appears that films about sexual orientation, finding one's identity in this field, so to say, are getting more numerous, and they have much more publicity, and pretty soon I think we all have to reconsider our position, our preference, and what's kinky, what's new, what's worth trying. I guess, I don't know. It's true. It's also said that each one of us has a percentage of the opposite sex. If one is male, he has, I don't know, 5%, 10%. In some cases, it's more than 50%. And hence, if we read Proust, Proust, à la recherche du temps perdu, we get from there that those who are in his view, and he should know he was gay. There are a number of men who are really female. So there's a lot of diversity in films. And, it's probably to be celebrated. At one point, I was thinking that for me, I explored enough this subject somehow. I mentioned that with a note on Moonlight, this year's winner of the Academy Award for Best Picture, and other awards as well. But that's just because one, I'm conservative, probably, and I don't have 20 years old. I'm not as open and free spirit as I used to be. And then, as I said, there's a niche, there's an interesting subject, but I need to see more other things. Sexuality, yes, but other. Perhaps lesbian love would be more enticing. I'm just joking. Plus, there was a film with Julianne Moore and the protagonist in Juno. She's a young actress. She revealed 1 or 2 years ago that she's a lesbian. I don't know her name, and they play together, but switching to channels. It was on HBO 2, 3, whatever. I seen some scenes, but it was a bit depressing. So that didn't really excite me enough to stay with it. True, the story is that Julianne Moore's character is sick, terminally ill, I think, and that's also something I don't really wish to explore. Returning to the Swiss film, we have, is it Alice, married to Frank, and they seem to be a normal family, satisfied. They have children, rich, Swiss. I remember some scenes from a place where there were others staying or visiting. I can't recall what, but anyway, the view was splendid, and it was not opulent, but with Japanese maple trees and beautiful arrangement and comfort. Looked like luxury in a way to me. But of course, financial, economical, material well-being does not translate, and hence, and here is an example, into spiritual well-being. In other words, they had money, but then, and a good life up to a point, but then something happens and it's turmoil and things fall apart, as is the title of a masterpiece shed over by Chinua Achebe on the list, Norwegian book club list of best 100 books ever. looks at one computer and there's gay porn. She's worried that the son might be interested in exploring. He's young, a teenager, but the discussion clears things out. No, he's not gay. He's amused, frank, and open. He's evidently not lying. And he's not a homophobe, but he's just not homosexual. And then there's a talk with the husband. Did you? Yes, I was interested. But then something feels wrong. And we get closer and closer to the truth. Warm. And without a spoiler alert, I will not say what happens from one point on, but early on, and in fact, if you look up the film, they already tell you in the tagline about this, what's going on. So, the man, the husband, is actually interested in men, and he falls in love with them. And here the things complicate. There's a shock, obviously, for the wife. She's overwhelmed, she's concerned, she's terrified, she fears also physically. Are you safe? Yes, we always use a condom, but to imagine that, it must be pretty hard for her. She goes to the shop where the man is, the rival, who is not a woman, he's a man, and she orders a cheese sandwich. He gives her the options. This cheese, not Emmental, whatever, not mustard. I don't know what cheese it was. She smells it, she looks around, and he has the photos on the wall next to the counter or something with him and the husband. Various tender moments. I thought that was a bit strange. Not in the sense of homophobia. How can they? No, but even I was thinking, even it doesn't sound professional. Even if you have the pictures with your wife, and they're not having sex, but still, I think it's your shop, okay? But put this on, on a private space, in your office, the kitchen, whatever, not where the customers have to see your intimacy. I thought, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, as I said, things are complicated for these two people. Three, in fact. It's an interesting love triangle. A threesome, but with two men. Loving each other, not... Anyway.